All right, Scarlet, let's dive into the race. Now, how did you first have it in your mind to go on Drag Race?
You know, I feel like I had this weird mindset for the first couple years I did drag, where I was like, I'm not doing it for Drag Race. I have a community here, and I do it, you know, because I like it, and I didn't want it to be about Drag Race. And I got over that really quick. You know, why not?
Yeah.
And that's what I tell girls now. I won't tell you what to do in your audition tape, but I'll definitely tell you to make one. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not easy. I know it's not easy. It's a lot. It's very involved. But why not? You know,
the rewards are huge.
The reward is I think if you do it the right way, the reward is huge.
Yeah.
But
or it could,
you know, the reward, it's not
danger.
just yeah, it's a danger too. You have to. I don't know. I guess I started probably hosting the Drag Race girls, you know, at my local bar, and seeing them come through and talking to them, and you know, Sharon in the East Village one year complimented my nose. She wouldn't believe it was real. She, you know, wanted to punch me in the face to ruin it. You know?
That's very on brand.
It's so on brand, and it's just interactions like that where I'm like, yeah, maybe I have what it takes. Maybe I should, you know.
Me and this perfect nose are about to slay the race.
At least try.
Yeah.
We're gonna at least try.
And then, how many times did you audition before you get on?
3 times.
3 times.
Three
Third
times.
time was the charm.
Third time was a charm. I did it myself the third time.
That is what everybody says. When you really just do it all by yourself, that's the moment.
You know, I maybe shouldn't even be saying this, but I was not doing well with drag. I had maybe 1 gig a week. I was, the lights, when I said were on for the most part, the lights were not on at the time. It was hard to keep the lights on. And I was looking at my options. I was gonna maybe relocate to Kentucky. My sister was having a baby. I was going through a lot of, you know, life changes. It's been almost 10 years in New York.
Right.
And I said, let's just go home. I did my audition tape from Kentucky.
Wow.
From my mom's house. Took maybe 2 weeks away, hid in the woods, cut the tape together, and sent it in. And that was it.
And then when you heard you were going to be on, what was your reaction?
Well, I was at my mom's house again a couple months later. I had gone home, and of course I just fell to the floor, which is so funny. I actually fell to the floor, and it wasn't even a confirmation. It was like a,
we're considering you, right? Yeah.
Yeah, which is the first I had ever heard. I'd never gotten any calls or emails back. Nothing, not even a fuck you, please stop auditioning.
Right.
Yeah, and it's interesting how those things work.
So then you immediately hightailed your ass back to New York and started pulling dresses, grabbing wigs, telling your friends you needed some shit for a mystery.
Well, I was
I
was very paranoid, so I didn't do that.
Okay.
I didn't ask for help.
Oh, wow.
Which is kind of a regret that I have, is I was just so paranoid. I thought, you know, the word gets out, you're not on yet. What happens if, you know what I mean?
What if they take it back?
What if they take it back?
Yeah.
Which they would be in good reason to do if there was a leak like that. You know, I was just so paranoid, unnecessarily, looking back on it.
Right, yes.
Didn't have to be. I could have asked for help, and maybe I would have looked better walking into the workroom if I did, but
so
I was there on my own. I was, you know.
When you finally got there and you get sequestered in the hotel and you're there on that first day, walk into the workroom, what's going through your head?
I have to pee.
Really?
Oh my God, I thought I was standing in a puddle. It was that bad.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, TV's a lot of hurry up and wait.
Of course.
So you just, I'm glad I didn't start my Drag Race experience off in a puddle.
Yeah.
I held it.
Good decision.
Successful mission.
You did it.
But yeah, that was honestly like the one and only thought that I could focus on was how bad I had to be. Like when she walks in and she you know, this is the first time you see her.
Yeah.
It's like, it's very real reactions. And you know, immediately I'm just, oh my God, I have to pee. I wish I could think about anything else. I wouldn't have been the first girl to piss herself on Drag Race.
Who was the first?
Well, I mean, I feel like there's been a couple of firsts. I don't know if it's just been one person, but I was almost joining the club.
Right, a very golden level of the club.
Golden girl.
Now, what What was your feeling about the vibe in the room with the different girls when you got there?
What was the vibe? It was cold. The vibe was cold. The temperature was cold. I'm having PTSD as I'm like flashing back.
I can imagine.
It was a lot of girls. I remember thinking like, wow, there's so many of us. There's so many of us. We had 15.
Yeah.
15 girls. Which is why what I blame not making it to Snatch Game on.
Too many girls.
Oh, there was just so many of us.
So many girls.
If only there was not so many, I would have made it to Snatch Game.
Well, I mean, it seemed like you were going to make it to Snatch Game because you really did great in the acting challenges.
Thank you. Well, yeah, it's what I feel like that's what I like to do the most. I love to act.
And so you felt very secure in that moment. What were the parts you were feeling less secure about?
Well, my dancing, definitely.
They sure give you a fucking hard time for your dancing.
Well, I'm not the first Drag Race girl that can't really count a beat.
Right.
I'm really not. And some people don't ever have to, you know, go through a dancing challenge, or at least it's not so highlighted. But it's something I've been working on.
Sure, not everybody's a 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, I'm certainly not still. I'm not that. But I've been working on it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's something, that's my cross to bear. That's my homework to do. And you better know I'm going to do it.
Favorite moment of the competition?
My favorite moment of the competition was probably when I won, the challenge that I won. A lot of girls go to Drag Race, but not everybody is told you're a winner, baby.
Yeah.
You know, congratulations this week. You did X, Y, and Z. That was very cool. Even though it was a shared win, it was, it almost made it better. It was, for it to be so hard for them to choose, they have to give us both the win was really fun.
And to be up there, I mean, what was it like with all the cameras? RuPaul is right there.
I was just talking to a friend about that yesterday. I feel so lucky that I've seen her in drag in person.
Right.
Because she really looks like that.
Yeah.
She really looks like that. And we all, I mean, the whole world watches her in drag, but very few people get to really go and see it in person.
Yeah, and close.
And close up.
Y'all really get to go
We're not
close.
that close.
Right, how far
We're
how
not
far
that
away
close.
is she, Lady Red distance?
We're definitely farther than this. Definitely farther than that. But, you know, she's got good eyesight, I can see. And she looks just like that. It's crazy.
Wow.
But yeah, it's obviously nerve-wracking, and there's not much you can. You can't really think about it. I think if you start to think about it, then you start to overthink it, and you just roll with punches like it's a happy hour show, just like any other, gig.